Hello and welcome back to Idle Kingdom Defense. So today we are on stage 8920, and it's our third day on this difficulty, and we are getting ready to go into King's Ruins. We have our buffs from yesterday, so let's get started. Oh, need to make sure that's on. So I think it was yesterday or the day before we had definitely I wasn't happy with what happened. We had a really close call. Again, I don't know if anything necessarily has changed enough to fix that, but we can at least see where this leads us. We have put, more levels on Sophia, which means she can heal the castle more, and that's about it. That's really all that changes from day to day for right now. Sophia gets more levels, she can heal the castle more, and we hope and pray that's enough. Outside of that, nothing significant. Nothing. Well, I take that back. We do get the legendary gear. More and more people are getting that. We're actually getting close to working on legendary 2 gear. Not exactly sure how that's going to line up. I really have basically two options once everybody has legendary gear. I can basically continue to do what I'm doing and try to upgrade to legendary 2 gear. That's not outside of the realm of reason, But I have a second option, and the second option is basically, I don't know. Was this the one that didn't go well the other day? Well, this is still on the cusp of possibly could go well. Just too many heroes are focused on the wrong things. Or I could save, try to get to 9101, which would really be, for me, I'd probably try to get to 9130. And at 9130, then, save up all my gear seals once everybody has legendary 1 gear. And save up for that and try to push to 9130. At 9130, I'd then be able to start gambling legendary 2 gear, and I'd work, to get everybody to legendary 2 gear. Not really sure which is the best course of action right now. It also depends, because we get Mythic Archer gear tomorrow, and then, my whole calculus gets thrown out the window. With the Mythic Archer gear, I think I could easily advance to 9,000 at least. I say that as I'm on 8920, I should be able to advance pretty far. I've saved up a lot of resources for upgrading my gear, so I should be able to make pretty good progress. And okay, now we got control, and Sophie just healed the castle right back up. The reality is, it's all, at this point, everything is just based on the patch. I mean, of course I'm going to continue to progress as I can, but making long-term plans like that, I don't know. But again, I have to see where we end up with gears. Where we end up with gear seals, really. Now, then that said, I definitely feel like we could advance with legendary gear only. Excuse me. I definitely feel like that's within the realm of possibility that we can advance with the gear we have. Honestly, really, I don't know that the gear matters that much. It's more about, do I have time to babysit it to push it that many levels? Because what happens is, if you're not strong enough or your heroes make bad decisions, you'll skip a level, have to manual through that level, and then return to try to auto again. Sometimes you'll fail the level more than once because your heroes are just not making the right choices. But I think I could. I mean, again, and I think I could get to 9100, but then also you're making like King's Ruin take like an eternity, like this is. That's part of the problem. By pushing up the stages, I make this take forever. But what can you do? Alright, so good. We took control this wave. So again, that's something for me to think about. Mostly, I just don't like how long King's Ruin takes, to be honest with you. And I don't like sweeping it because then I don't know how often I will be able to sweep. Oh damn, we took a ton of damage too from the dogs. Yeah, see, this is a problem. Wow, they beat us. I was not expecting that. I was also not paying too much attention because I'm sitting here thinking about what am I going to do about the gear seals. But damn. Damn, that was a full heal already gone. Yeah, this is why I don't like pushing, because we're still like not strong enough to deal with stuff like that. And again, all it was really that like the wave got split into two pieces and people picked the wrong thing. But, you know, I don't have a really good answer for the gear thing. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'll listen to those. I definitely could do it, but, you know, I just have more hit mishaps like what happened there during King's Ruins, where I'd have to, you know, pay more attention until we got stronger. That said, I do think that if I got to 9100 or 9130, the difference in gear shouldn't be too great. I should theoretically be able to have strong enough gear to handle that. So that's something to think about too. You know, the bonus from the gear itself. The gear itself probably will overcome the 210 levels. So maybe we'll try pushing tomorrow. We'll see. I don't want to promise anything. Again, if I could let it push and it would just go through, I wouldn't care too much. But the thing is, I have to push, and then I have to kind of babysit it, and then it's, to me, that's not really it's really not fun. Especially when I know Mythic Archer gear is coming, because I know that's going to be a big game changer for me. So it's like, do I want to push in ahead of Mythic Archer gear, or do I just want to wait? You know. I mean, I probably could manual a lot of the stages, but you know, that's the thing. It's one stage at a time. That can take a very long time. I don't know how other people are able to push so much. I certainly don't have any luck with it being automated anymore. I've only heard of one other person who shares the same sentiment, and that is somebody else on the Discord who I know. He also doesn't have a very high arrow. But even with a really high arrow, some of these levels have like 4 trillion health that I've seen some of the guys do. I know we couldn't last through a 4 trillion health level. There's no way that my heroes would stun everything correctly. So I don't know, I must be missing something in the secret sauce. That's okay. Like I said, I do know one thing that they do is they change some of the ones that are really high, change Diego for Roderick. But again, I can't see how Roderick would make that big of a difference. Maybe he probably has an easier time surviving because Diego, he has trouble sometimes. But, and maybe it's because their arrow is really that much stronger than mine and able to just pin things down. But that's not what I understand from the people that are doing this, because they have a really strong arrow. They still have, they still have other, damn, I can't think of what I was trying to say. Even though they have a really strong arrow, they're still, they're still limited by the castle health and how much they control the mobs. Because they're still having really long stages, from what I understand. Like, somebody took, 10 minutes a stage to push at one point. But it was all on auto, and I was like, how? How is that possible? But yeah, I definitely know what 10 minutes a stage feels like. But, yeah, and that's the thing. I wouldn't want to manually have to push, a 10-minute stage. Where one mistake and then you have to start over. Yeah, that's pretty awful. So we'll see. Also, again, part of my dilemma is, I know we're getting Mythic Gear and Mythic Heroes. I could just wait for those. I don't know. We'll see. It just has been a little while since I pushed, so there's that on my mind too. There we go. Okay, up to Ruin 7. Now that said, if I get another bad one, I'm gonna have to leave. I don't want to use up my good fortune. All right. Okay, good. They pulled the heroes managed to aggro a lot of things, which is good. Oh, this okay. Yeah. Okay. Somebody stunned him. I don't know how he got stunned. He got stunned by somebody. Okay, good. He got picked off. All right. This wave will be fun. I always do get concerned about the range guys like that because they don't fall in like everybody else, so that makes them an even different kind of threat. And I like I said, I've heard from somebody else that's really high up who has a very similar problem that I do with an inability to push. But it's not exclusively me. I'm just amazed at the people that can just push without regard. It would make your King's Room take an exorbitant amount of time, though, if they're even doing that anymore. If I was on stage 33, 30, I don't know that I'd be doing King's Room anymore if it took me an hour. Excuse me. I don't know if I'd be doing it if it took me an hour every day. But, we'll see. See, here's the problem. He's over there, and he's attacking the castle while everybody else is on it. So I'm going to have to kill him with Christian. That's a perfect example of a wave that can happen. And if the heroes don't go over there and attack him for whatever reason, even though we're controlling everything on the wall, he just sits there and he might eventually win. It didn't look like it in this case, but I didn't like him sitting there hitting the wall, We already used our one free heal, let's put it that way. Not looking to use the second. Alright, we do have the split. Uh-oh, lots of things have made it to the castle. Kind of broke the wave in half. Oh, and I tried like replacing Luke and Tristan with other control heroes, and man, uh, it didn't actually make me. I was still able to push about the same. It didn't change really too much about my pushing. What it changed, what it changed is that a wave that took like 5 minutes, granted, now took like even longer, like 7 minutes or 8 minutes. So yeah, that's kind of why I haven't replaced them. I've tried it, and I'm like, oh my god, this makes for the small benefit, and it might be because I just don't have a good set of heroes, right? I had the control hero I put in was Mason, so he controls and also does like no fucking damage. But for Mason's benefit, I put Mason and Camille in. For their benefit, which don't get me wrong, it was nice to debuff the enemies more. They don't make up. Of course, they don't make up for Luke or Tristan, whatever. They don't make up for them, and everything just took, like, I swear, I want to say it was twice as long, but I know there's no way it could have been that much longer. But it just felt so awful. It felt absolutely awful. And I felt like with Harold and who's the other guy? Evan. I felt like my control was good enough. Honestly, what like one of my viewers said is he took Adrian out. He said, I don't need Adrian anymore. And they put Marion in because Marion will knock everything around by the castle. But their Marion's of course higher than mine. I am kind of partial to that strategy. Okay, here come the battering rams. We're almost at the end here. Romans 10. Because look, like everything that these battering rams, they hear everything. Marion could just come up, boom, pop everybody up in the air. Marion is definitely ready to be mythic. Wow. All right, I don't want to lose here. Wow, this is really bad. This has been a bad night. Lots of bad RNG. Okay, Leonidas came in, so hopefully he'll help out. Bad RNG or not enough DPS, one of the two. Yeah, this is kind of how waves turn out for me too. This is like a microcosm of the problems I run into waves. Which should be a perfectly easy wave like this. Everything gets splintered out, the warriors aren't helping slow the main damage, and there's no focus on the castle unless I intervene like I did to kind of slow things down so that we don't get destroyed, so that, we can mop up the other stuff in the battlefield. Alright, now we're in control of this. Alright, this will be the last dog wave. Alright, so far so good. We do get that clump over there. It's like Randolph made a clump for himself. And we have the clump on the castle. But it looks like at least Evan's focusing on the guys on the castle this time, and Harold too. So, that's good. Okay, Randolph's going to drag his clump over to the archer he just started attacking. Yeah, so we got plenty of control over this one. Good job. And see, this is a problem with a ranged dude like that. He's just taking pot shots at the castle. Okay, we got them all. Okay, they picked them all. Probably let that run for longer than it should have. But that's the thing. When I'm pushing a wave, I have to hope that they make the right decision to quickly take care of the guy who, the boss that's just sitting there, not near anything else. It is what it is. That said, maybe I'll try just 70 levels tomorrow. That could be at least a good starting point. From what I can tell, 70 levels is a 1% increase in stuff you get, maybe a little less. All right, nicely done. Just 3 more. And again, at the very worst, we could just sweep through things. I'm just trying to avoid that. And it's weird that I'm trying to avoid that, considering I have so many rune sweeps and I get so many rune sweeps every day. It's not like I'm gonna run out anytime soon. I will be running out eventually because of just the way things work. I'll also have to see if I get up to 9100 if that changes the expedition shop, or if I need to get higher to change that. I think it does, but I'm not sure. So this one looks pretty easy. We got a really good control on this wave. So nothing to worry about here. Sophie will do her job and heal everybody up, and we're in good shape. We're in good shape. Still can't believe we ate it on that one dog wave, but that's what happens. Now you know what happens. Like, I'll put them to randomly push. They'll lose on a stage like that. Then they'll start repeating a previous stage, and I come back and I'm like, what? Yeah. And of course, I know they can beat the stage. They just chose not to, which really means they got unlucky. Yeah, this is okay. Diego actually stepped up. He's supposed to. This is one of the common problems. They split the stage into 2 pieces like this, and when the stage is split in 2 pieces, everyone wants to attack and AOE the part that's not hitting the castle, while ignoring the part that is, and that's very dangerous. That's very dangerous for the castle. Now, fortunately, Diego is here. He's helping a lot. But that doesn't always happen. And all the warriors are still over there goofing off. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like the warriors, or the supports, or everyone in general should have an awareness check. And when the castle is under siege, like, they should try to change their targets, you know, every time the castle is damaged to who's damaging. It would have to be a really low percentage. And maybe they do it, I don't know. I don't know how the AI actually works. It's all guesswork. It just looks like to me that they never change a target until it dies, and they choose a random target. Is it truly random? I don't know. I would just like better AI. Honestly, one of the favorite things I would like to see is to be able to give them very simple designations for priority. Attack lowest, attack highest. You know, those kind of things. Very simple things so that you know that they're attacking the weakest monster, the strongest monster, and by attack lowest and highest, I mean based on health remaining, right? So if you set it to attack lowest, they would look around, they would, you know, it would just automatically attack the thing with the lowest health. With the idea being, obviously, killing things that are at low health is the best way to clean up the battlefield. It would undermine Christian, because then, like, everything, like, if he did a big AoE swarm, then all of a sudden everybody would just go and mow all the low ones out. But I think that's better for the survivability of the castle, because you're eliminating everything. Okay, we just clean this up perfectly. Nice, and let's get our buffs for tomorrow. How's tomorrow going to be? Okay, a double archer buff. That's nice. Alright, let's grab our conquest money. And let's grab our battlefield cash. And let's give Sophia some levels. Where are you, Sophia? Alright, 3 more levels for Sophia. Not much, but everything does count. And let's throw a few more levels on the castle. So once again, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the video. And if you have any questions, please say something in the comments. I always look forward to your questions. Thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.